everyone, it's Morphin Mania time. I'm Captain Logan. There's DJ Martinez. And right next to me is, once again, my son, Freddy. Freddy, are you ready to watch some more Turbo? Mm-hmm. We're going to watch some more Turbo. It's Transmission Impossible. That's pretty good.
Clever, I like it.
Yeah, that's a better pun than we usually get.
At least the puns are related to this season. Mighty Morphin, the puns would just be all over the place. No dino puns.
Yeah, and then you'll look at some of the later seasons, and you'll get puns with colors that, like, aren't even in that season, but, like, you know, you'll get, like, things with gold, but you're like, it's not even a gold. There's not a Gold Ranger in this season. I don't understand.
Transmission Impossible. I like it.
DJ, would you read us the synopsis for this episode?
Sure. Should I read it in riddle form or just read it directly?
You don't have to be Demetria.
A messenger from Demetria's homeworld journeys to Earth with important news.
Yeah, I wish that was written as a question. All right, here we go. Everybody get it to timestamp 0. It's episode 5 of season 1. I'm going to say this a lot this season, but I haven't watched most of them since they were on, so I don't know any of this very well at all. So it'll be fun to get surprised. And I know DJ doesn't know them.
Yeah, I'm even more in the shadows than he is.
Don't block off his direct sunlight or he'll just disappear forever. All right, here we go. Everybody please press play. And don't be shocked by a teaser, DJ. You probably won't get the intro again right away.
If there's a teaser, I'm leaving. I'm walking out.
Oh, great. I got to do it all by myself. All right, everybody. I got Freddy. Freddy can help me out. Freddy, you're going to have to talk more. We're going to lose DJ. He doesn't like teasers, apparently. Mm-hmm. There is going to be a teaser, by the way. All right, here we go. Everybody please press play right now.
Ooh. Oh, I like this. This is a good teaser. Starting out in space. Oh, never mind. Tanya Sloan and Jerome Stone.
I've always hated that. It's like don't and Stone was there already. You didn't have to name her that. Don't have your character names so close together. So yeah, Tanya's working at a radio station. I feel like there was something when we first got her about her wanting to work in radio, and I think this is actually them being consistent with something that we talked about with her at the very beginning, but I may be wrong about that.
Yeah, well, she had a music video that she made with Kat in like
I forgot about
early
that.
Zeo.
I think it's really funny that we are more consistent with our characters' interests with everybody but the most popular character in the show.
Because he's a nothing character. He's just like whatever we need him to be in the moment. Like, what is Tommy? He's really determined at martial arts, but he hasn't done that in like forever.
And so was Jason. It's like, what's the difference? Yeah. And he looks like a bad boy, but he's not. He's like this really loyal guy who's good at leadership, apparently, but looks like he was bad at one time, but wasn't. I want to do a project with that, DJ. I want to sit down and write all the character traits we have about Tommy and just see how many of them don't remotely line up. You know, like how scatterbrained he is and how bad he is at like keeping a schedule.
Well, he is kind of. I will say he's kind of a gung ho, everything in, rushing in without thinking. So he could be. I could see him being characterized as a person who just kind of like rushes to do a new hobby for a little while, then loses interest and jumps into another one. That could maybe be made to make sense.
Yeah, that's true. He never seems to have any consequences for that, though. I would give real money if we never saw Elgar again.
I'll still see him in my nightmares.
Yeah, and in next season, too, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's so weird that they took the pirate woman's helper and put him in space with the other woman. Was he like a fan favorite or something? Why did we keep him around?
I think that's very unlikely. If you're going to keep anybody around, hang on to Goldar or Rito or people we liked.
I think, those fantasy characters would have looked really weird in the space season, I think.
You think so?
I think so. It's just like a big gold monkey with a sword, but he's on a spaceship.
Oh, sure, but it wouldn't have looked so bad here, though. You could have held one of them over for one more season, I think.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if Goldar was like, I'm sick of driving around in a trailer?
Goldar and Rito are just hanging out in the back room with Bulk and Skull apes.
they lose their memories again, and they're just like slaves of apes.
Why are we ape babysitters?
By the way, why is Cat wearing carpet and calling it a shirt?
Because it's the 90s.
Why do we have to keep establishing
Wait,
the
has
juice
Sloan
bar?
just like taken over the juice bar?
Yeah, I think Ernie is just gone now, and Sloan just runs it for him. I think that was what we were setting up last episode. We had to write him out for some reason.
Probably because the actor had to go.
Yeah, I will look that up and check real quick because I'm not sure what happened to him. I know that actor passes away at some point, but I don't know if it was during this run or if it was later than that.
I think last time we shot, you figured out it was much later.
I feel like I had that with somebody, but I don't remember if it was him. I know we did look this up at one point.
Yeah, I think it was like late 2000s or mid 2000s. But yeah, maybe.
Sorry if I've done this before.
Yeah, I know you guys see these in sequence right after each other.
Yes, that's right. He died in 08. Okay, so they wrote him out of the show for some reason. Anyway, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, maybe he just had to go, or maybe he didn't leave yet. Maybe we'll see him again. I don't know.
You know how
this is a cool command center. I know you don't like it as much as Zeo, but it's not bad.
No,
There's
it's
like
not.
a lot of like tubes and wires and like lights in the background that look kind of cool.
Well, and like I said a couple episodes ago, it feels like the precursor for space. Like a lot of the design of what we're doing in this command center is going to carry over to that spaceship. I want to know though why we need so many consoles. Cause you remember how the original command center, it was like a circle and it had like one like kind of circular console, and here it's like everybody's got their own. It's like it's not a spaceship. Like what are you controlling with all these buttons?
We're getting more advanced, man. Every year we got to add a console.
Wow, who's this guy?
I don't know. He looks cool though. Oh, never mind, Elgar. I'm fine with Elgar. Just don't show me Rygog. It's like a mutant turtle with
all nightmare fuel. I think the reason when this was on that I hated it so much was because all the voices kind of suck. Like all the new voices.
Elgar just sounds like your elderly grandfather, like a senile grandfather.
And the biggest issue with Elgar is that we keep zooming in on his face so much. Like, why do I have to see his nose 19 miles long? I don't understand.
His wrinkles.
So this guy's spaceship came right out of Tron, except in Tron it wasn't a spaceship, it was a motorcycle.
Man, being the porthole guy, we've got to learn these people's names, but that would be so annoying to be in that costume. He probably can't see anything because he has to look out the eyeballs, but then there's another layer of glass over that.
Yeah, and who wants to walk around with their mouth like this? Arr! No, it's not actually his mouth.
So they fitted his mouth into the costume every time he gets in.
So that thing I suggested last time, I kind of wish they had done, but they're not doing. We really do just have colored tubes in the background for no reason. Like, the outfits are not in them.
No, that was a really cool idea. I wish they would have thought of that.
Or if they are, we can't see them.
This is such a Japanese costume.
Yes. It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, I like it. It looks more like, what's that show? That Japanese show that kind of was like predated Power Rangers, but it was like he just grew. He didn't get in a mech. He just like he grew
Ultraman?
really big. Yeah, Ultraman.
Yeah, it looks like
Kinda reminds me of
Ultraman.
that.
It also doesn't look like a spacesuit. It looks like a wetsuit. Looks like he should be in like Power Ranger Sequest.
He should just be swimming with Jason and Kimberly. Yeah, it's clearly from something because it says max 200 on it.
Yeah,
maybe that's how many meters down he can go in the water.
It would have been cool if he'd come from the water, since they have a whole nautical theme here. Wait, they have sea caves? How does that work? Aren't you in a moving submarine?
Just open it up and shove them out real quick before all the water comes in.
I wanted to mention a minute ago, she goes, if it's important to Demetria, it's important to me. That's part of their building to a thing they never end up doing. Because Demetria was supposed to be, if I'm remembering this right, Divatox's sister, and they're played by the same actress. And so they kept kind of giving us hints of that, and then it never pays off because in the second half we have a different showrunner and they go their own way.
Yeah. And then we get the other actress back, right?
Yes.
So they're not played by the same actress anymore?
Yeah, unless she's also voicing Dimitri at that point. But
and we're in awesome Sentai footage because LDR has a completely different face. An even scarier face, if it's possible.
Yeah, because he's got Michael Keaton eyebrows.
You wanna get nuts?
Elgar is just gonna pull a Birdman and just throw a bunch of stuff all over a room. He's just gonna like throw a phone and break everything off the walls.
Man, this just bums me out because of how much cooler this footage looks.
And he's got a water gun. That's nuts.
Man, they've completely morphed this guy. They've turned him into a monster. That's cool. I don't remember that ever happening.
No. They stole a guy from space, and that's horrifying. Like,
yeah.
This is kind of a haunting plot, really.
And there was Cap 20 minutes ago doing the dishes.
I was doing the dishes 20 minutes ago. I didn't look like that, though. I wasn't wearing a poncho over my robot face with an apron.
No, but this is actually horrifying. They kidnap a guy, and they, like, brainwash him and alter his head into a monster head.
Into a robot monster head. Divatox is officially way more evil than any other Power Rangers villain thus far.
Yeah, Zed and Rita couldn't even think of this kind of stuff. They're just like, send down another Finster monster.
Yeah, what sadistic thing did Master Vile ever do? Like,
I don't know. He just like
here's another monster.
He just like planted that ostrich egg and grew the vulture-looking monster.
Yeah, this would be like if you turned a person into the ostrich egg that then became the ostrich monster.
Yeah, we got to learn all these. That's going to be our test at the end of every season.
Oh, we got to do that. I don't love the calls in the show. I know we've talked about this, but like Wind Chaser.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're cool names for cars, but it's not as cool as like shouting a dinosaur name.
Well, and you could argue that it's a step up from Zeo because they just have numbers, but I like the numbers.
Yeah, it's a cool. At least that's like a direction to go in.
Yeah, it's unique to that show. I think there's other seasons that give them numbers, or am I wrong about that?
SPD, they actually have numbers on the suits.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Forgot about that.
They're really cool. I like those suits, especially because they're like the police of that universe.
Well, this is decisively not Wasserman music.
No, but they're still sticking with that kind of vibe. Yeah. At least they'll completely change it later, obviously.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. One of the biggest things I'll miss about the Zordon era is I just like the kind of metal flavor of Power Rangers, and when we get away from that, it makes it feel like it kind of takes its teeth away a little bit, because that was the juxtaposition for me that made this whole thing work. Is I'm watching this really goofy watered down kid show, but it sounds way edgier than it actually is, and then when we take that away from it, you have to work a lot harder for it not to feel as campy.
Yeah, I'm okay with it as long as the show has a distinct flavor. Later when we get to Ninja Storm, because they're all like extreme sports people, like it's got like more of a punk rock, like some pop punk music, a lot of that kind of stuff in there. So it's a totally different flavor. And that's a lighter season too. So.
Well, and Space goes all orchestral, where it's like, triumphant sci-fi music, and that works.
Which makes sense.
Great for that show.
Sense. I think actually metal would be a little weird in that season.
That's true, yeah.
But actually, they do still use Washerman, because that's where what is it? Run, Fly, Win is from, and that's like my favorite Washerman song. Or Go
Washerman?
Fly, Win.
Is he washing the dishes?
Washerman. That's the next villain. No, this is him because he was doing dishes.
Right. Why is he wearing a poncho?
To cover up his old suit. So he's a different person. Whoa, was she just walking into her booth? That's a little obvious. Is there no one else on the radio station?
Yeah, good thing she knew for sure no one else was there. At least teleport in. Why did you need to walk in from the building? I don't know what's happening right now. She's like, well, the building's dark, so I'm sure no one will see me come inside the building.
I am wondering. I want to get a good look at this monster.
I work here, and I don't want to lose this job.
Yeah,
Get away
he's
from the
like
radio tower.
He's like a evil robot lunch lady, is what he looks like.
Master Choli Beams! DJ, you know what I never get tired of in Power Rangers? Sparks flying off of people when you hit them for no reason.
Hey, I wish that happened to me when I was fighting people.
That was actually a really great stunt.
Where they reversed it and she went up to the...
Yeah, it looked great.
It's awesome. And a callback to the original Yellow Ranger in like Day of the Dumpster, where she does like a backflip up to a building and it's clearly reversed footage.
Which is really funny because she was the one who was afraid of heights.
And when she's in her suit, man, all fears go away.
That's a really good point you're making. I bet that was not intentional at all. And if anybody working on this episode heard us say that, be like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, we never thought of
that. No, she just was a Japanese man in that scene. So she wasn't afraid of heights anymore.
She was a Japanese man. DJ, I don't know if this is just because I don't know what's coming entirely because I haven't seen this in so long, but I'm actually really enjoying the show so far. I'm
telling you, dude. And you said that back half is good, so it must just be like the middle that really irks people.
Or maybe it's just a lot of the initial setup stuff, where we're getting rid of things people like and we're replacing it with things that they don't. And of course, obviously, for me, a lot of it was, how dare you do a cliffhanger to bring back Zed and Rita, and then you don't do that at all. I really disliked Divatox when this was on. I think just in comparison to my favorite villains, but like she's got personality, which none of the Machine Empire had, except for Louis Kaboom, who was a glorified one-off monster.
It's so weird that they rebuilt the Elgar suit, but with a different face. Did they think it was too scary for kids?
And if so, why bother even using him then? Because you're going to use the footage of it from the Sentai.
Yeah, and it's the most obvious Sentai to American footage thing is when we see that horrible face.
Did you see that foot soldier in the background in that last scene where he's just doing this the whole time? He just has his hands on. What are they called in this? Are they Piranatrons?
Piranatron? Yeah, I think it's Piranatrons.
Yeah, Tyrannotrons in...
Yeah.
Dino Thunder. Is it... Oh my god, stop talking in questions. Is it unusual to have a character like this that's like a one-off suit, that we actually managed to get the suit so that we can match the Sentai footage? Like, it's kind of cool they did that.
Yeah. If he is a one-off, I could see him being... I guess he won't be, but there was that guy in... that like Knight character in Zeo that came back like once or twice.
Yeah. Well, remember he came back 2 episodes in a row and we were like, we killed that guy, and then another one shows up.
Was he like Orion or something?
That's right. He's bankrupt.
Oh, well, they do set this up like a lot. A twin sister. She really is just talking.
Yeah.
Have you ever played that game? Have you ever watched an episode?
Now, I'm sorry. I'm going to feel really stupid if they reveal in this episode that it's Divatox, but I don't think that happens. I'm pretty sure I didn't know they set it up that much, but I thought they never actually resolve it. We'll see, though. I mean, it's been forever, but I haven't watched the show in 20 years, you guys. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Give him some grace, guys. He's working off memory here. But have you ever watched an episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway where they have to play the question game where they can only...
Yeah, of course.
They can only ask questions.
And I used to be in theater. I played that game. Yeah.
Yeah, Dimitri would always win at that game. I've been watching that show. It's on HBO Max, like all the seasons.
It is, yeah.
It's really
she's never going to accidentally say a statement when she's trying to say a question.
Yeah.
Should we do an episode like that?
Sorry, I gotta run and get the door. That's my dog.
Oh, no problem. We'll hold the fort here. So we should be right at the end here. Yeah, we've got like a minute left in this episode. You just don't need this much equipment anymore to run a radio station. Like, it's crazy how far we've come from this. Look at all the tapes. I think that's a stupid idea. What if you can't get the monkeys to say anything? I mean, obviously they're not going to speak English, but I mean, like, yeah, let's have monkeys on a radio show. Okay. Well, that's a choice. Anyway. Well, that's it. Let's see what happens with these, with these outtakes. That was actually pretty funny. We have like real outtakes, not just monkeys jumping around. The turbo radio? It's not a turbo radio station, Tanya. No, you lose. You get nothing. Yeah, these are like actual outtakes. Well, so far I'm kind of liking the show. Okay, you guys.
That's funny.
DJ, they had like real outtakes this time. Well, I can't hear you. You don't have your microphone on.
Sorry, I muted myself. I'll have to go back and look at those.
Yeah.
Are they funny?
I mean, as funny as it's gonna be probably in this, but kind of amusing, yeah. Anyway, well, everybody, thanks a lot for watching Turbo with us again. Like I said, I'm having a totally different experience with this so far. Maybe it's just talking over it. Maybe if I was watching this by myself, I'd be like, oh god.
Yeah, it's a
Can
fun
we do
show to
one
just kind
more?
of joke around.
Well, no, we gotta get going, Freddy.
Okay.
But you can try to come back next time, okay?
Okay.
All right, well, thanks a lot for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again in a couple days. I'm Captain Logan, and that is DJ Martinez. And
you guys.
Freddy. Can you say bye, Freddy?
Bye.
Later, folks.